and on Greenland,
On Greenland now?
yeah, on Greenland.
I do think that you're right. No, somebody said this in chat, that it would be the most cinematic thing for Trump to invoke the Insurrection Act on January 6th. Like, that would be the funniest thing that he could do. If it's going to happen on any day, it should be that day.
Come up to Greenland.
So, do you expect it to...
What is it?
Greenland now?
Yeah, on Greenland.
How did we come up to Greenland?
So, do you expect to take an action against Greenland?
Well, I don't want to talk about Greenland. Let's talk about Venezuela, Russia, Ukraine. We'll worry about Greenland in about 2 months. Let's talk about Greenland in 20 days.
20 days?
Well, we talked so much about energy.
By the way, I will say this about Greenland.
I'm not going to talk about Greenland, but I will say this about Greenland. Here we go.
We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security. And Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you. You know what Denmark did recently to boost up security in Greenland? They added one more dog sled.
What the fuck? He's just sitting there talking as the president. Oh my God.
Boost up security in Greenland? They added one more dog sled. It's true.
Sir,
they thought that was a great move.
What would the justification be for a claim to Greenland? What would the justification?
Oh, I don't want to talk about Greenland now. I just...
What's the justification? I don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay, all right, yeah, we're done talking about it. We need it. Why? I don't want to talk about this.
Say this. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
The European Union needs us to have it, and they know that.
They need you to have it.
Policy question. How much money are you thinking of giving people in Greenland to get them on board with a possible U.S.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that. But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. Okay? I would like to make a deal, you know, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way. And by the way, I'm a fan of Denmark too. I have to tell you, and you know, they've been very nice to me. I'm a big fan, but you know, the fact that they had a boat land there 500 years ago doesn't mean that they own the land. I'm sure we had lots of boats go there also, but we need that because if you take a look outside of Greenland right now, there are Russian destroyers, there are Chinese destroyers and bigger, there are Russian submarines all over the place. We're not going to have Russia or China occupy Greenland, and that's what they're going to do if we don't. So we're going to be doing something with Greenland, either the nice way or the more difficult way. Please, go ahead, ma'am.
On Greenland, Mr. President, why is it so important to you to own it when you have a military presence there, which you could expand to affect security?
Because when we own it, we defend it. You don't defend leases the same way. You have to own it. And, you know, with a nation, look at what happened with Obama, with that horrible deal they made with Iran. It was a short-term deal. It was like a 9-year deal. Countries can't make 9-year deals or even 100-year deals. Countries have to have ownership. And you defend ownership, you don't defend leases. And we'll have to defend Greenland. If we don't do it, China or Russia will. It's not going to happen. We are not going to have, and I like China, I like Russia, I love the people of China, I love the people of Russia. I get along very well with President Putin, but I'm very disappointed in him. I get along very well with President Xi. I'm going to go over to China in April, but I don't want them as a neighbor in Greenland. Not going to happen. And by the way, and NATO's got to understand that. I'm all for NATO. I saved NATO. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have a NATO right now. But we're not going to allow Russia or China to occupy Greenland, and that's what's going to happen if we don't.
Europe was quick to respond when, in recent days, tensions rose, so to speak. I repeat, I believe that the debate is not only one that involves Europe. I think it is a debate that must involve NATO. I believe it is clear to everyone what implications a choice and an option of this kind would have for the future of the Atlantic Alliance. That is why, frankly, I do not consider it realistic. I continue not to believe in the hypothesis that the United States would launch a military action to take control of Greenland, an option that I clearly would not support. I've already put that in writing, but which I believe would benefit no one. I think it wouldn't even benefit the United States of America, to be clear. I think that the Trump administration, with its somewhat assertive, very assertive methods, is above all drawing attention to the strategic importance of Greenland and more broadly of the Arctic region for its interests and its security. This is an area, a region in which, as is well known, many foreign actors are active. And I continue to believe that the message the United States wants to send is that it will not accept excessive interference by other foreign actors in an area that is so strategic for its security and its interests. Today, it would seem impossible to me, for example, for Russia to rejoin the G7. That said, these are all issues that will arise when and if there is peace, and I repeat, also depending on how that peace is achieved and under what conditions. What happened in Crans-Montana is not a tragedy. What happened in Crans-Montana is the result of too many people who did not do their job or who thought they could make easy money. I read that there are allegedly videos of the person responsible for this complex, for this venue, who was filmed while fleeing with the cash register. And if this is true, I think we have to be merciless. Merciless.
Leggo che esisterebbero dei video della responsabile di questa constellazione, di questo locale, che è stata ripresa mentre scappava con la cassa, e se questo è vero, penso che bisogna essere implacabili. Implacabili.
The reporter's losing his shit? Yeah, I mean, the thing is that you shouldn't even treat these people seriously at all. They're just a bunch of fucking losers anyway. And they don't care at all about what's in the best interest of America. They're just advocating for stuff that's based off of their ideology. Fastest invasion ever? Yeah, it's already over.
Let me go back a step. The president has been clear for months now. So I know you're treating this as breaking news. The president has been clear for months now that the United States should be the nation that has Greenland as part of our overall security apparatus.
Right, so we're just going to go get it. Okay.
Your wife posted that like hours after the Venezuela operation.
No, but
that's why it's newly relevant.
No, I'm not, and I'll talk with you about it for an hour. I think it's a really important conversation. I just wanted to reset, Jake, by making clear that it has been the formal position of the U.S. government since the beginning of this administration, frankly, going back into the previous Trump administration, that Greenland should be part of the United States. The president has been very clear about that. That is the formal.
They just taking over, bro. Like, holy shit. This is nuts. This will break the Western Alliance. You mean the alliance where we pay for all their shit and then they patronize us for not having free healthcare because we're defending them. We're paying all the NATO budget. Yeah, I don't think that we need to be worried. I think they do.
Position of the U.S. government.
Right, but can you say that military action against Greenland is off the table?
Well, you know, manifest destiny. Yeah, by the end of Trump's third term, we're going to rename Earth to the United States of America.
We're going to be in military action against Greenland. The Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake. The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland?
That's right, yeah. Who says they have it? How is it that Denmark can have Greenland? You're right.
What is the basis of their territorial claim?
Yeah.
What is their basis of having Greenland as a colony of Denmark? The United States is the power of NATO.
Yep.
For the United States to secure...
The history? Okay. Time for a new page. Yep. It was promised to them. Yep. New page. New chapter.
The Arctic region to protect and defend NATO and NATO interests. Obviously, Greenland should be part of the United States. And so that's a conversation that we're going to have as a country. That's a process we're going to have as a community of nations.
So you can't take it off the table that the U.S. would use military force to seize Greenland. You can't.
He's laughing.
I understand you're trying very hard to, which again is your job. I respect it. It's great to get exactly the headline, right? That catchy headline.
I'm trying to get an answer to the question.
That says Miller refuses to rule out.
He's actually completely bulldozering this guy. He's having such a bad time. He just like, this is your job. You have to interview this bald asshole who fucking hates you, and he's just going to yell at you until it's over. Basically, you're getting locked in to get yelled at by this bald asshole.
The United States should have Greenland as part of the United States. There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking.
We don't even need to talk about this. It's obvious.
Of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight.
You're talking about World War III? World War II is the USA was the only coward? You really think that they're going to start World War III over Greenland? They're obviously not going to. The fact is that the US could take could take Greenland from Denmark, and there's nothing they could do about it. They couldn't stop us. It would happen. And yeah, it might look bad. They'd be mad about it. But I'm sure they would make a tweet about it. They would make a tweet and they would say, this isn't fair. This is a violation of the law. This is horrible. You shouldn't do this. And then we have it. That's it. Would you want this? No, I don't think we should take it. I don't think so. But we could. We absolutely could.
The United States militarily over the future of Greenland.
One last question.
It's pretty retarded to attack your allies. I mean, like, when was the last time Denmark helped us? It sure seems like this whole allyship with NATO and everything is pretty one-sided. Seems like the majority of the time it's like us going over there helping them. What are they helping us? In Iraq? Yeah, how'd that work out? Big fucking mistake there. And it's now a multipolar world order with the U.S. and China taking slices of the pie. People need to get it. Yeah, what do you think Trump would name Greenland to? What do you guys think Trump would rename Greenland to? What do you think? Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Trumpland. A lot of people are saying Trumpland. That's a good way to say it. Yeah, I think you could be right. And if France colonized you instead of helping you, you don't attack an ally, that's all? I mean, again, I don't think they could, like, I'm not, the thing is, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't think we need Greenland either. Unless they know something I don't know. I don't want to take Greenland. It's a waste of fucking time. It's going to cause a bunch of extra, it's going to cost political capital. It's going to put a strain on everything. And it is another foreign incursion while we're being scammed at home. I don't even agree with you. I don't even agree with this, but I'm saying that if we wanted to do it, we could do it. And there's nothing they could do about it. Now, you might not like the reality of that, but I think it's true. There's nothing that realistically they could do about it besides tweet. You think they're going to blow up one of our ships? Absolutely not, they wouldn't. They would never do that. And so basically, all they would do is tweet, complain, and that would be it. There would be a war? It would not be a war. Why would you think they're going to start? You think Denmark has a standing army that's going to be able to repel the American military? Fuck no. Of course that's not going to. Wait, what are you thinking? Really, what are you thinking that could even possibly happen? NATO does? NATO hasn't, really? Go look up where the military comes from with NATO. Go look up where the funding comes from with NATO. It's just, yeah, we are NATO. What do you mean? And again, if it happens, listen, you guys can clip this. I think that there is a very good chance Trump's getting a lot of good vibes out of stealing Venezuela. He is. He's getting a lot of good vibes out of it. I think he may even get good vibes whenever he steals Colombia and Cuba, too. And I think that if he gets all three of those, he's going to have to take Greenland. He wouldn't even want to, but he would have to. Because that's what people would want. I mean, shit. Because you're on a roll at that point, right? You're on a hot streak. Like, you're going to stop now. Like, what's this? In the Trump world, exactly. The Infinity Stones. Yeah. I think, don't forget Panama. Yeah, sure. You get that on the way out. Definitely. And I'm telling you guys, like, y'all think it's not going to happen. All right. That's the way I see it. They could not stop us, but NATO would not be happy. I don't think they'd be happy either. I think they'd be very upset about this. They'd be very, very upset that we did this. They would not be happy. You're right. I don't think they'd be happy. EU can retaliate hard. To what expense? To what expense? They're already being sieged by Russia with Ukraine, helping Ukraine. They're not going to be doing anything. They're not going to fight two. They're not going to fight two incursions, one against the Russia indirectly, and the other one against America. Do you really think they're going to do that? Absolutely not. It's not worth it to them. Anyway, let's go to the next one. I'm arguing for something that I don't even agree with. I think people are delusional in thinking that any of these countries can actually do something about it. Very delusional. It might turn Europe as an adversary in 10 to 15 years. Well, if it continues getting overrun by third worlders that want to take over the government and turn it into another, fundamentalist religious shithole, then yeah, you're right. Maybe the first country with nukes is going to be the UK. You're right.